you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way up of the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
Hello. Today we celebrate our mum. She was born Norma Jean but preferred to go by Jean. She was born in 1939, around the time you'd hear Somewhere Over the Rainbow on the radio. My niece recorded this for Mum, as well as Que Sera Sera with Damien, and we are so grateful Mum was able to enjoy listening to these over the past few weeks. These were songs she sang and whistled when we were little, and so they're special to us. Mum's parents, Nancy and Harry Newton, were poultry farmers on Boundary Road. She and her brother Norm helped on the farm, and it was here that they learned many practical skills, whether it be mending a tyre, sewing a dress, repairing a shoe, or cooking with Nana in the kitchen. As Nana and Papa aged, Mum cooked, cleaned, drove them to appointments, and most importantly, sat with them daily for tea. Morning and afternoon tea became a shared ritual and a time to talk, laugh, reflect, and catch up. Mum was incredibly beautiful and adventurous. She met Dad at a dance and married soon after, when she was 19. They began farming on land gifted from Nana and Papa and continued to work hard. It was who she was. Mum collected eggs, cared for the chooks, did the books, and made their new house a home. Her biggest adventure was having Julie in 1961, me in 63 and Grant in 67. She would push the egg collecting trolley with baby Grant on the front and Julie and I either underneath or helping nearby. Our memories of growing up on the farm with Mum and Dad are filled with images of animals. She loved her animals. She had chooks, of course, but also cats, dogs, birds, fish, mice, guinea pigs, cows, and a goat. She brought that home in the old Mercedes. Her biggest fan later in life was Mac, Julian Graham's dog. He never left her side, especially in the last few months. Looking back, there was nothing Mum couldn't do. If we had a last-minute project that required glue, she'd make some for us with egg white or flour. If I was struggling with sewing on a button or a hidden zip, she'd tell me, just leave it. It's always easier in the morning. And she was right, because I'd wake up and my beautiful outfit was ready for me to wear. Mum and Dad threw some fabulous parties and went to lovely formal dinners with the Lions Club. They were quite the socialites, my parents. Julie and I loved watching Mum get dressed up, her high hair and makeup, long gowns and patio frocks, adorned in jewels and furs. Mum and Dad also loved to travel, especially in their caravan and motorhome. Some of their favourite destinations were to Tassie to visit Julian Graham and Queensland to visit Kathy and Grant. In addition to exploring Australia, Mum and Dad travelled widely. They went to Thailand and Bali. They also enjoyed travelling to the USA. They toured Russia and parts of Europe. Mum was known as Nanny to her grandchildren, the youngest being Grant and Kathy's daughter Sarah, who got to grow up at the Gables, where she could spend time making pikelets and having her own teas with her own nanny. My children, Harrison and Arabella, also had the privilege of spending time at Mum's. They remember many Chinese lunches at the Gables and sleepovers and, of course, McDonald's breakfasts. Harry said that Nanny taught him resourcefulness and bargain hunting. She was the one who gave him the love of op shopping. Julian Graham's children, Damien and Amanda, spent lots of time with their grandparents too, and have wonderful memories of freshly squeezed orange juice from Nanny's orange trees, early morning power walks up Jam Peter Road, craft singles, a fridge full of magnets, the warmest bathroom in winter, and a fruit bowl always filled with fruit. In 2014, Mum became Great Nanny Jean to Damien and Talia's first child Vasco, and later London and Keeley in WA. That same year she became Great Nan Nan to Amanda and Christian's first child Cora, and then later Henry and Dominic in the USA. With Julie's help, she was able to keep connected and see her great-grands grow from afar. Mum was great at keeping in touch, not only with family, but with all her special friends too. She cherished her aqua ladies. She cherished her friendships with Judy and Clyda and Rhonda and Pam and Betty and Jill. Your friendships have been unwavering over the years through COVID lockdowns and her recent poor health. The visits, calls and messages she received from many of you meant the world to her and really kept her spirits bright. Over the past 2 years, Julie cared and tended to her so vigilantly that most of you would never have known how poor her health really was. In the last month or so, as her heart began to fail, Julie cared for Mum so well that Mum would often say, "Don't fuss," or "You're kissing me too hard," or "Don't love me so much." She always knew how to lighten the mood, and we'd all laugh until tears rolled down our faces. Mum's love of life and tenacity will remain in us all, as will her legacy. She taught us the importance of communication and friendship, to always do what you can, be thoughtful, be generous, and most of all, love big, always. So today, I ask you to choose a scarf, to sip a tea, and remember our Mum. She was great. Ta-da, Mummy.
In life, we never know what's going to come our way. And 34 years ago, I met an amazing man, and then I met his mum, a lovely lady called Mrs. Jean Pike. There was a style about her that I admired instantly. She was stunning, proud and strong, a woman to be respected. It took a little while to get to know each other, and we both had lots of questions about one another, but both of us too uncomfortable to ask them. In a short time we became friends and chatted freely about things. Well, most things anyway. There was a lunch one day at Red Gables Road, and I was trying to help in the kitchen with the Pike women, and I was uncertain how to be useful as these ladies were working so smoothly together. So I asked, "Mrs. Pike, what can I do to help?" She stopped, turning the veggies, and replied, "Well, you can either call me Jean or Mum, but not Mrs. Pike. That's Ted's mother." I was speechless, but so happy as I was finally accepted by Mum. As the years went by, we found we had a lot of things in common, and I really enjoyed sitting with her and having a coffee. I learned early on to make Mum's extra hot, no sugar, and it to be the colour of mud. Mum's description. Geez, I worked hard on getting that right. We still had some awkward moments, of course, as we both knew what Grant needed. Ah, yes, we both like to fuss over the ones we love. And the year before I married Grant, Mum was so awesome in her unique way by telling me one day when we were discussing the wedding plans, "I don't do well with fuss anymore, so plan it your way and how you want it, and we'll be there." In saying that, every time I saw Mum, she wanted to know every detail about how the arrangements were going, and had things to show me that she'd found in the latest bridal magazines. That was Mum. Well, the years passed, and life teaches us to go with the flow and manage everyday situation, and unfortunately deal with events we don't want to happen. In 2007, I was an emotional mess, filled with a mixture of so much sadness in losing my nan and my mum, and also happiness as I found out I was going to be a mum. But luckily for me, I had this lovely, strong and wonderful lady by my side. Mum gave me love, support, sympathy and strength, and helped me pick myself up and honour my mum and nan by being the strong and proud woman they made me to be. A year later, our daughter Sarah Jean Margaret came into the world, and with honour and respect, her middle names are from the strongest women I have ever met: Jean, Maisie and Margaret. So many wonderful and amazing things, and also some sad and unexpected things, have also happened over the years. And now it's 2021, and I'm faced with another event I didn't want to deal with, but I have to be strong. Mum, I'm saying a huge thank you for being you and for all you did for us. We are forever grateful. We'll miss you every day. Goodbye, my beautiful friend. I love you, Mum. Have a cuppa with Maisie and Margaret.
Our mother could make anything happen, always the centre of our home and family. Her beautiful smile that warmly greeted, her long arms that firmly hugged, her love of her children, grandchildren and great-grandchildren, the sparkle in her eyes, her hands that patiently taught, her work always careful and precise, her love bountiful, her generosity overflowed. Her listening ear, her love of dogs made me smile. Her garden always grew. Her natural beauty, her skin always fresh and pure. Her coloured lips a must. Her hair so neatly done. Her brown eyes always so bright. Her songful voice and sweet whistle always delighted my heart. Her simplicity and no fuss demeanour, loved as my mother and always my friend. I miss you, Mum.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? I'll tell them tenderly. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Que sera.